Gaslighting rarely starts with a lie. It starts with a feeling. The feeling that you can no longer trust your own mind. The person you trust most becomes the reason you stop trusting yourself. Unmasked psychology. See clearly. Live freely. Gaslighting in relationships is especially destructive because it comes from someone you trust, someone you love, someone who knows you, and that trust is exactly what gets used against you. Today, I'll show you 7 signs that your reality is being systematically distorted in your relationship, and why it's so hard to recognize while it's happening. Sign 1. You keep apologizing, not just for things you've done, but for things you feel. I'm sorry I'm being so sensitive. I'm sorry I brought that up. I'm sorry for having needs. You're apologizing for existing. This doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of hundreds of small moments where your feelings were treated as a problem. Not loudly, not obviously, but step by step, until you believed it yourself. You've learned that your feelings are a burden, and you try to take up as little space as possible. This is a form of emotional invalidation. And once you've learned to apologize for existing, the next step is even more insidious. Sign 2. You doubt your own memory. I never said that. That's not what happened. You're confusing things. When you hear these phrases regularly, something dangerous begins. You stop trusting your own recollection. You remember a conversation, but he tells it differently. And he's so calm, so confident, so certain that you think, maybe I really am remembering it wrong. This is systematic. Gaslighters repeat their version so often and so confidently that confidence gets mistaken for truth. If you regularly feel unsure after conversations about what actually happened, that's not a bad memory. That's a sign of manipulation. And when you can no longer trust your memories, something even more disturbing takes hold. Sign 3. You feel like you're losing your mind. This is the word almost every person who's been gaslit uses. Crazy. I feel like I'm going crazy. Maybe I really am crazy. He says I'm crazy. If you feel this way, pay close attention, because healthy relationships don't make you feel crazy. They give you stability, security, clarity. If you feel increasingly confused, increasingly unstable, increasingly unsure of yourself in a relationship, something is wrong, and it's usually not you. The feeling of losing control is often the clearest signal that someone is actively distorting your reality. But the confusion doesn't stay inside. It changes how you see him. Sign 4. You justify his behavior. To others. To yourself. He doesn't mean it like that. He had a stressful day. I provoked him. He's actually really different. You've become the defense attorney of a person who hurts you. And the worst part, you don't notice. Because gaslighting doesn't just change your perception, it changes how you think about this person. You believe the explanations more than the behavior. You hold on to the person you met at the beginning, the loving one, the attentive one, and you wait for him to come back. But what if the person you're experiencing now is the real one? If you spend more energy explaining his behavior than questioning it, you're already deep in the pattern. Sometimes this escalates into what's called reactive abuse, where you react to the manipulation and then get blamed for reacting. And when you're defending someone who hurts you, something else is quietly disappearing. If you recognize yourself in this, hit like. It helps others who are just beginning to question their reality find this video. Sign 5. You're afraid to speak up. You used to say what bothered you. Now you think 3 times before bringing anything up. Is it worth it? Will he react that way again? Will he twist it around? You've learned that your needs lead to conflict, that your feelings are drama, that peace only exists when you stay quiet. So you stay quiet. And every time, you lose a piece of yourself. If you're afraid to be yourself in a relationship, That's not harmony. That's control. And every time you stay silent, you lose a little more of who you were. Sign 6. You don't recognize yourself anymore. This may be the most painful sign. You look in the mirror and ask, who have I become? You used to be confident. Now you doubt everything. You used to be clear. Now you're constantly confused. You had friends, hobbies, dreams. Now everything revolves around him, his mood, his reactions, his well-being. Gaslighting changes how you see yourself. If you feel like you've lost yourself, someone has been systematically working to separate you from who you are. But here's the sign that makes all the others so hard to see. And now, the sign that seals the isolation. Sign 7. Everyone else can see it. You can't. Your friends say, you've changed. He doesn't treat you well. This doesn't sound healthy. But you defend him. You explain. You minimize. You don't really know him. He's only like that sometimes. It's complicated. Maybe you even distance yourself from the people telling you the truth, because the truth hurts, because it would mean that everything you believed isn't real. When the people who love you are worried and you can no longer hear them, the isolation is working. One important truth: gaslighting in a relationship is not a disagreement. It's not bad communication. It's not a phase. It's a form of mental health hijacking. And the hardest part is, it happens so slowly that you don't see it coming, until one day you wake up and no longer know who you are. But here's the truth. You're not crazy. You don't have a bad memory. You're not too sensitive. You're someone whose reality has been systematically questioned. The fact that you're watching this video already means a part of you knows. Listen to that part. It's not loud, but it's clear, and it's leading you back to yourself. This topic is deep, and sometimes one video isn't enough. If you want to go deeper, I've linked helpful books in the description. Take the time you need. If you want to understand why narcissists are drawn to people with strength and depth, watch this next. Why narcissists choose strong women. And if you want to understand the step-by-step mechanics of gaslighting from the very beginning, watch The 5 Stages of Gaslighting. Subscribe for new videos every week. Calm, clear, and direct. You deserve clarity. You deserve truth. And you deserve someone who confirms your reality, not distorts it. Clarity is the first step to freedom.